Okay, now we should be back on.
Do you hear us now, ladies and gentlemen? Are we good?
Well, we got the audio version at least.
Okay.
So we can replace it afterwards.
All right.
We're good.
There we go. There we go. There we go. All right.
Yeah, we should be good.
We're good.
All right.
Round two.
Round two.
Hit it.
You know what? Let's hit it. You know what? Let's do the whole thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-binaries, and transgenders, this is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Burton Studios in Garfield, New Jerusalem. I am Darth Messiah. I am not a wrestling genius, but I play one on the internet every week. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But hey, we press on. And typically on the phone, the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz, Alex the Heel, is not here today. He's at an undisclosed location, potentially seeking the whereabouts of one Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I can neither confirm nor deny that this is true, but I can leave you with those words. And on the board, as always, Steve Franchise, Mr. J. Kidd.
You already know it's your boy Steve Franchise on the ones and twos, giving you that Ultra Wrestling Heel news.
All right, that was round two. We had a little technical difficulties.
Yeah, we did. I'm not sure what happened, but we back in.
Yeah, we up in here.
We jacked in like
We
in,
all
Mega
up
Man.
in here like a thong in Mandy Rose ass.
Oh, speaking of thumbs.
Speaking of thongs, if you are listening to this on an audio platform, do yourself a favor, hop over to YouTube, watch the first 3-5 minutes of the show, and enjoy the cheeks with us.
Cheeks of the week.
Yes, cheeks of the week.
Cheeks of the week.
And we're to kick it off with Mia Yim and Sky Blue from AEW, and I guess this is her girlfriend. I don't know, but they're boo loving,
Hey.
and I am not mad at it because we all love some HLA.
We all do. We all do. Round of applause for that.
If Eric Bischoff taught us nothing else, HLA is the way.
Definitely the way.
Speaking of which, I haven't watched Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I want to watch it, but everybody's telling me it's
Haven't really caught up in the Star Wars series lately, so
I don't think Mercedes is in this season, so.
I don't think so either.
But no, I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those things that it's just gonna come about, and I'll just sit there and watch.
Yeah. Also, Cheeks, we have Gigi Dolan. She was on vacation. That's why it's a little blurry. And same thing with Maurice. Her and Miz were on vacation in
Cheeks of the week.
I believe it was Las Vegas. They were just all these like fucking raves and shit.
You know, Gigi Dolan's someone that I would like to have a girlfriend, but then dump afterwards, and then have like crazy obsessions with her. I don't know.
I think that's what happened to Darby Allin.
That is what happened to Darby Allin, actually.
Because they were married for like 2-3 years on the when they were both doing indies, and then apparently they broke up, and then she tried to Me Too him because she was saying he was beating the brakes off of her.
Jeez.
I don't know how true it was because never heard anything else about it. It didn't really go anywhere.
That's true.
But yeah, he got Me Too'd.
Damn. Well, at least he has a job in AEW still.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear? Allegedly, he wants to climb Mount Everest. That's his goal for next year.
Could be possible. And it could be where they could host a memorial for him the next day. I don't know.
Yeah, because if you're like a professional like mountain climber, Mount Everest alone is like 2 years worth of training.
Yeah.
It's not like you just wake up and like, oh yeah, I've never climbed a mountain before, or I do like normal hiking on the weekends, you don't just wake up one day and say, yeah, I'm going to do Mount Everest. Like, even professional hikers have to train for that shit.
That's just like so much preparation that you have to take. You know, like, and it's like years of like training just to get up there.
Yes, sir. Sam says Trish was looking fine on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
We agree. Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
100%.
Chicks of the week.
And Cheeks adjacent, Mandy Rose and Paige Van Zant, who briefly worked for AEW, they did a photo shoot together.
Hey.
Speaking of HLA, while we were talking about it a couple minutes ago, I still think there should be like joint OnlyFans accounts, or like there should be just like a collaboration page where you subscribe to one, you get both at the same time for whatever period of time. That's just my personal thoughts. When I decide to be a creep and actually pay for it, those are just my thoughts.
Yo.
Those are just my thoughts.
You're not wrong.
Very oozy.
You just have a collaboration section. You pay for like one subscription and you get both for like a week.
That is not bad, sir. I hope they do take that idea.
Just my thoughts.
If
my
not,
thoughts.
I'll pull out the Glock.
Kelvin likes it too. He likes my idea.
Pull out the Glock.
And then we have one more Cheeks adjacent issue, don't we? Yes, Matt
we do.
Riddle. Him and his porn star girlfriend. What is her name? Hold on, I have it saved. It's Misha something. Misha Montana. I believe she is the one on the left. And when I saw the post, I saw this on Twitter, I clicked on the other name, and I followed the name. Her name is Ariel Demure. She is a transsexual porn star. So Matt Riddle is LGBTQ plus. Friendly. Ally, whatever you want to call it.
well, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Good for him.
That is good for him, definitely.
Do you, sir? Do you?
Yes, as the kids would say, do you? But yeah.
So this coming weekend, we have double pay-per-view. We're gonna have Double or Nothing, and we're gonna have Night of Champions from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But before we get there, it is time for Ultra Fantasy Booking. Last week's voting was for Warzone's May pay-per-view, No Surrender. And we kicked the night off with a boneyard match. It was a 6-man boneyard match. Darby Allin, he acquired the services of the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker. They took on the House of Black. And in a dominating fashion, Darby Allin and the Brothers of Destruction won 83% to 17%. Match 2. AJ Styles, the MLW Openweight Champion, defended against MLW Original Alexander Hammerstone. AJ won 74% to 26%. Match 3, it was a rematch in the tag team division. Champions FTR took on the Usos. And this was a lot closer than the last two matches. This was 55 to 45. Hashtag and still tag team champions FTR. Match 4 was a grudge match. These two, they're of a similar belief, a similar background, couple Hebrew brethren, if you will. MJF and LA Knight, they couldn't see eye to eye, so they had to have an I Quit match. And MJF won 71% to 29%. Match 5, that for the TNA Women's Championship, Bayley defended against Toni Storm, Indy Hartwell, and Emma, with the stipulation of, if Bayley were to win, the other women can no longer challenge her for the championship again, because Bayley has been plagued by all the Australian women on the roster, and she wants to end this once and for all. So, with 52% of the votes, hashtag and still women's champion Bayley. So now Toni Storm, Indy, and Emma cannot challenge for the title as long as Bayley is champion. So we move on in the women's division with future other challengers in the future. And our main event for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, hashtag and new world champion Walter defeated Solo Sikoa 70% to 30%. But wait, the night is not over. Our GM, Jim Cornette, comes to the ring. Good people of Philadelphia, thank you for coming out tonight. And the action is not over yet. The following match is unsanctioned. Both competitors have signed a waiver freeing Warzone and Ultra Heelz of any physical outcome. The match will end when one competitor loads the other into an ambulance and it drives away. So in our dark match, wait, I scrolled away from it. There we go. Okay, in our dark match, we had Pat McAfee taking on the Beast, the last cowboy, Brock Lesnar. You know, when I voted, one person was decisively in the lead, because I hopped over to the show account and I actually looked at the number of votes. It was like 12-2 when I voted. Pat McAfee lost 13-37. He got one more vote after I voted. So Brock Lesnar won 84-16%.
Who was this person?
It doesn't tell you the order that people voted. It's just who voted for what.
I don't know if I mistakenly did it, but
yeah, when I voted, Pat McAfee was leading 12 votes to like 2 or 3 or whatever it was, and he got one more vote in the last 15 hours.
Wow. They wanted the last hope for McAfee.
Hey,
to survive this match.
Hey, he gets paid good money to sit at home and work once every 3 months.
He does.
So he's got to take the beating. And that was No Surrender, brought to you by Warzone.
Nice.
And now, even though Alex is not here, he has sent in his show.
Hey.
This is Double or Nothing, seasonally appropriate, brought to you by Dragon Force. As soon as they go on the air, Moxley is seen backstage getting jumped by Swerve Strickland. Tidying up a little beef they had the week before. But match 1 will be a 30-minute Iron Man match between Sasha Banks versus Io Sky versus Deonna Purrazzo for the World of Stardom Championship. Match 2, another triple threat. It will be Kazuchika Okada versus Keith Lee versus Sheamus in a very unique match. A triple threat last man standing. You must get both opponents down. Match 3, the Street Profits will take on the Briscoes. Match 4, a 6-man match. Members of the Bullet Club will take on Death Triangle. And in our main event, because we cannot contain the violence in a cage match, World Champion Jon Moxley will be challenged by Swerve Scott. And this is Double or Nothing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What a card, man.
Valdo says Riddle is just more open to the number of holes out there. Good for him.
He made a point.
That's pretty funny. Well, technically there's less holes, but who's counting?
Okay.
Who's counting?
Who's
counting?
You know.
But yes, as we were saying, we're gonna have double pay-per-views this weekend, holiday weekend too. Mm-hmm. I might actually have time to watch both since it's a holiday weekend.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good holiday.
Yeah. So last week SmackDown, our tribal chief.
Yes, of course. The tribal chief.
He, of course, we learned about the tag team match that will take place.
Yeah.
Because the Usos cannot get the job done. Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns will challenge the tag team champions Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
He took it upon himself and Solo to take the gold. Because he was like, his cousins can't do it. They can't win the big one anymore.
So Roman came out to speak to them directly. Mm-hmm. And in the midst of speaking to them directly, Jimmy and Jay called an audible and decided to jump Kevin and Sami. And the tribal chief was not happy. I didn't call this. Why are you here? And he was so frustrated, he accidentally walked into Solo, and Solo was ready to drop the hammer on the tribal chief.
Mm-hmm. It seems like this thing we're predicting is coming to life. We know that Solo has this intensity to where if anybody crosses him, even if it's a tribal chief, that he's going to literally do what he has to do.
Which he should,
yes, of course. Now, how is this going to play out?
I think this puts the doubt in Solo and Roman winning.
Yeah.
However, I still think they might actually walk away with the titles. It only makes sense because, remember, we just had the draft, which on the surface looks meaningless because we're already having people jump shows.
Yeah. Because
fucking Sami and KO are on SmackDown, but they're been drafted to Raw. They're going to show up on SmackDown again this week. I forgot who was on Raw yesterday that was from SmackDown, but it's almost meaningless. Yeah. But nonetheless, the point I'm trying to make is we still have to solve the problem of, since we've introduced a world title for Raw, what are we doing with tag team titles for SmackDown? Because if we have the unified champions on Raw, SmackDown has no champion, tag champions. So I feel Roman and Solo will win. Whatever they're going to do something. And whether they get one belt, they make another belt, they split the belts, whatever it is, this is leading to the solving the problem of not having tag champions on both shows. That's just my opinion.
What if they win the belts and then for some reason, they had that beef and they split the belt or they just vacant the belt?
That's possible.
That is possible, definitely. Because the WWE is never clearly wrong of hey, let's make this belt vacant and blow up the storyline.
But also, if Roman and Solo win, you have to figure Jimmy and Jay are now going to be jealous, and then they'll end up challenging them. That'll probably be your main event at
SummerSlam?
No,
which one?
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. Oh yeah, that's right. If that were to happen, I mean, right there is already the implode of the bloodline.
Right. So that's another reason why I feel like Solo and Roman have to win to make Jimmy and Jay jealous.
Or put a fire up their ass, just so they can know, yo, wait, we were the best tag team and you just stepped in? What? And you just won the belts? We want those belts.
Now, Valdo said, I don't really get the hype behind Solo. Seems like an upper mid-carder. I agree with him, but at the same time, I can see
see the potential.
I can see the potential.
Yeah.
Because right now, he has very little personality, And it's on purpose that he doesn't have personality.
And I'd rather he stay that way right now, just for the time being.
But I can see the potential.
It's like, did Brock had a few words when he was out? Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit, but that's all he just had, like 3-4 words, and then he's just whooped ass in the beginning of his career.
However, in the beginning, I did say I feel like Solo is miscast in this role because he's not. When you just look at him, he's like very clean cut individual. Mm-hmm. He's not wild. He's not
like his brother.
He's not unhinged. Like this would have been the time to bring in Jacob Fatu because he just looks wild and unhinged. Like he'll just do anything at any given time, and you don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
It's Solo, like he has patience and shit, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, Solo has the time to think clearly and okay. But whereas with Jacob Fatu, you look at him, you just.
Dude,
you see more Umaga in Jacob
Fatu. You do. But in Solo, that's a silent killer right there, bro.
Yeah.
That's definitely someone that's going to have potential, or someone that really will have potential, honestly.
Yeah, so I do agree with Valdor somewhat because
upper mid card, yeah. I mean,
he does seem kind of right bland, now. But I can see where things may happen with him.
True. I mean, with Solo, I feel like that, like you said, there's definitely potential in him, and once that time comes, we're gonna definitely know what he's about, and he's gonna have more promo time, of course.
Yeah. Couple facts on Roman that came up. Obviously, this Saturday will be day 1,000 for the World Universal Championship title reign. And I believe it's something like 450 for the WWE Championship because obviously he won it separately from the Universal. He has defended the title 27 times in 3 years. That's an average of 9 times a year.
9 times a year.
9 times a year. So people make it out like, oh, he's not defending the title. But if you really think about it, for any other long-term champion, they're really not defending monthly like the rule used to be. You have to defend it once every 30 days.
Honestly, he did have a little break for it because it took him from his injury, like a month or two, something like that.
When he came back post-COVID, he won it the night he returned.
He did. But then, like, what was it, like, from this year or last year that he had a break? He was still the champ, but he had, like, a 1 month and a half break or something.
Oh, yeah, but again, because he doesn't wrestle all the time, it's easy to... It's like he never had the injury. He just...
Pretty much.
He wasn't having a match anyway.
Yeah, but most champions would have, what, like 12?
Probably closer to like 20 because you
20?
figure they do. They might not do every pay-per-view. Let's say they do 10 pay-per-views, and then they just maybe 20 is a lot. Maybe like 15, and then you just do 5 randomly on TV. But you know what's going to happen on a TV title match.
True.
It usually goes left really quickly, or then you get that one against the person you didn't expect to. Have a good shot against the champion, but they still lose.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, something like that. There have been 67 other title changes since Roman Reigns has won the Universal Championship. 67 title changes across all the other belts. Both women's titles, both tag titles, the U.S. title, the IC title, and the women's tag titles, which are doomed, by the way.
Of course.
Because... either people just drop the belts or they get hurt, and then those belts are doomed. They need to let it go.
Liv's injured, right?
Liv's injured, yes.
Yeah.
I believe this is the 4th injury to somebody holding the women's tag titles.
It's like a curse having that belt.
Yeah, and then a fucking Naomi and Sasha walking out. Yeah,
it's definitely a curse. Shoot, I wonder if there's stories behind them.
Kelvin was asking, whatever happens to Karrion Kross having a title shot at the Undisputed Championship? See, it's an interesting issue because Karrion Kross is heel. Roman Reigns is a heel. And Kross isn't a big enough He doesn't have enough clout to force Roman to babyface for the feud. That's my opinion.
It's like they're not giving him too much time. Like they're literally like skipping him out with Scarlett Bordeaux. And
since Cross has been back, he's been very uninteresting to me, and I don't think it's the booking. I think it's his own doing. I think his look with the hair, he looks like a fucking accountant that does coke at night and steroids on the weekend. He doesn't look like a fucking killer anymore.
He needs to shave that head.
He needs to shave his head again.
Shave that head back.
Scarlett needs to go back to platinum blonde. The dirty blonde's not working. She just looks like another chick instead of this smoking hot bitch.
Looks like a freaking Barbie doll and shit.
I think their current look doesn't work, and then the booking itself hasn't been the best for him.
Oh no, it hasn't. It's just been like.
However, I do remember. I think there was some quote from Triple H. Certain people that were brought back after he took over creative. He's kind of just biding his time to put them in the right thing instead of rushing a push.
Yeah.
So maybe Cross is one of those people, but even with just kind of putting him on ice until something good happens, I don't like the look. I don't feel interested anymore.
It's like word off, like, okay.
Yeah.
This guy looks interesting, not.
Yeah, like I said, he just looks like a fucking accountant that does steroids and coke.
He does. And it's just, like, they can't really give him, like, an idea, too, for a gimmick because he's more of the creative freedom in there now. Like, WWE's more creative freedom when Hunter took over.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. He needs to redefine himself, honestly, or both of them do. Because if not, then this is gonna go down the drain. He should just go back to Impact afterwards.
Yeah. So as we were saying, Solo and Roman versus KO and Sammy is one of the main events for Crown Jewel. They're advertising a triple main event. One of the other main events is Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. And last night, Brock Lesnar attacked Cody with a beer keg and allegedly breaking his arm and then allegedly doing further damage after attacking him in the ring and putting him in the Kimura lock. But at the end of Raw, Cody was sitting backstage and we had Triple H as a character for the first time since taking over creative, which was interesting, considering, the Throne Breaker, Cody Rhodes.
Mr. Thronebreaker.
Mr. Thronebreaker.
You took everything from me.
Except my name. Even though technically they did take his name.
They did.
Because remember, he was just Cody for a while. And then, maybe 4 months into AEW, he became Cody Rhodes. So they technically took his name too, but I digress. So character Triple H went to talk to Cody, and Cody said, "What would you do in my position?" And Triple H didn't really say much. He caressed his knee. He caressed his knee, and then he walked away.
Go for the leg. Man.
Now,
I didn't even see that part. It's crazy.
Yeah, he caressed his leg. Yeah.
No, I meant the whole thing. Like, I didn't see it.
It was like the last 2 minutes of Raw before they went off the air.
Okay.
Because I was confused why they ended the main event at 56. Because they do it on SmackDown because it's regular TV and not cable. So the hard network out on regular TV is 3 minutes before the end of the hour instead of right at the top of the hour. So I was like, why are they ending at 56? And it's like, oh, they're doing this little thing with Triple H and Cody backstage.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Just to see that Cody and Triple H are on screen again,
Yeah, it was a very touching moment between the two of them. Figuratively and literally.
Yeah, it's like they let bygones be bygones afterwards, huh?
Yeah.
It's interesting how a beef just settles like that.
And then the third main event, which I think needs to go on last. If you want to give this new world title legitimacy, this new world title needs to actually go on last. Not the tag thing, not Cody and Roman. I'm sorry, Cody and Brock.
Mm-hmm.
I think they actually need to go on last. The world title needs to go on last with Seth Rollins and AJ Styles.
It has to. You're literally making a point here, like the belt. You're making the belt make it worth something, meaning worth something. Like, you gotta make it the main event.
Even though we all know this is the consolation prize, let's not treat it like the consolation prize and put them on, in the middle of the show, and claim it's a main event, or put them in the opener and claim it's a main event. I think Cody Brock need to be the opener.
Definitely.
And then the tag match should be second to last, and then put AJ Seth in the main event.
I guess you could put AJ Seth with a twist because, this is WWE.
Yeah.
It's always going to do something at the end. But I really definitely would like that to be the last match.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is going to win, honestly. I think so.
No.
Yeah, I know you disagree.
Again, because it goes back to the whole the draft makes no sense then. Why are we giving
It's
the Raw
already not making
exclusive title
sense
to the person on SmackDown? Why in the first place did we have a tournament on SmackDown for the Raw exclusive title?
You imagine it takes them to Raw, or it takes him to Raw mostly. It makes him draft to Raw if he wins the title.
It would have to, wouldn't it? Did Triple H said since when Roman gets drafted, he's going to whatever brand, he stays there with that title. The new title goes to the other show, and that champion will defend it on that show.
But he didn't say that the superstar has to be a particular. It has to be in a particular show.
No,
that challenger has to defend it.
Because after the fact, when Vince got his grubby hands involved, he's the one that made the fucking the tournament on both brands. Because during the draft night, when Triple H announced the tournament, you could see him visually saying, "What the fuck am I talking about? This doesn't make any sense." It wasn't his idea. That was Vince changing shit. That was not Triple H's idea. You can literally see it in his eyes as he was speaking.
Well, I think that if this would have to make sense, then Seth Rollins have to win. Then
yeah, I'm 100% saying it's Seth Rollins.
Okay.
And because the crowd likes to sing his song.
True.
He is the Chris Jericho of WWE.
He is, actually.
Kelvin sent me a text.
What a comparison.
He said, I have a theory. Remember when Scarlett brought out the sandglass when the bloodline was in the ring? Do you think it's a factor why the bloodline is crumbling? Before, when they were dominating, before that they were happy. They were dominating.
Uh-huh.
It's a good theory. But I feel like it's one of those plot points that have just been lost to time.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's one of those plot points that have just been lost to time because, again, as Kelvin first said, whatever happened to Karrion Kross challenging, it's just kind of not there anymore.
Yep. I mean, lost his hype as soon as he came in.
Like who pulled the title higher when Stone Cold was trying to get the title all those years ago?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
People say it was Boss Man. Some people, I'm sorry, the briefcase. Some people say it's Boss Man, but we don't know.
We never knew. We never knew that.
Whatever happened to the lockbox that Vince was supposed to give Shane after the Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker at WrestleMania? Whatever happened to that?
Oh shit! I remember that, and I still couldn't answer that.
What was in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction? We still don't know.
They gotta make a sequel.
What was in Marcellus's briefcase that they had to get from Mr. Do they speak what? Do they speak what?
What?
Do they speak English in what? There we go.
Do they speak English in what? English, motherfucker. Do you speak it? God, I don't want a sequel, but yet again, I do. I don't know. I don't want a sequel, but
I don't think they can do a sequel.
I don't think you could unless
you can do a prequel, but you can't do a sequel to that because
Yeah,
they resolved all the storylines except for what was in the briefcase.
No, well, maybe that briefcase can open up another story.
I guess.
Just saying, like,
because Samuel Jackson, he ended up. That's when he stopped being a hitman.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking John Travolta.
he died, right?
No, John Travolta. I think he went back to Europe or some shit.
Didn't he die from being in this dude's house and shit and just got shot?
No, he didn't get shot.
Who am I thinking of?
During the movie, he was talking about taking another job, and that's when fucking Samuel Jackson told him that he's quitting the business. So John Travolta went on to do another job. Fucking Bruce Willis, he just left town after the whole shit with the fixing the match.
He was like, I'm gonna pull his head smooth off. Step aside, Butch.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
And we're not going to talk about the fact that Ving Rhames got raped.
Yo. No, we're not gonna.
He got raped.
Yeah, he did. That was a brutal scene before.
This is a meme from like 2010, but he got raped, long dick style.
I need that Tyrone thing.
And this has been another segment of Outside the Ropes.
Outside the Ropes. I like this one.
Yes, Alex isn't here tonight, but I was gonna break. We need to do like an entire episode of like Outside the Ropes, just like a special.
Like just talk about shit outside
just
the ropes. Just
random shit we like outside of wrestling. Let's do an entire episode of Outside the Ropes. Well, you notice the letters are OTR.
Yo, that's crazy. The new OTR, dude. I could talk about like what I was doing this weekend. Most of my videos has gone like a little viral from people just posting like my matches and stuff, like even from like 2 years ago. I'm like, holy crap. And it was just this weekend, like a lot of hype was on. I tried to see Guardians.
Yeah. Oh, I saw Fast today.
Oh, you saw Fast?
That was fucking trash. Oh my god, that was fucking trash.
I knew it was gonna be trash.
Woo! Nothing. Everybody's back from the dead.
What?
Everybody's back from the dead.
Even Brian?
Well, he died in real life.
Yeah, I know, but like, did they CGI his brother again?
Every movie character is back from the dead. Han's back from the dead.
I know Han's
Giselle's back from the dead.
Giselle's back. Shit.
Yeah, she's back. The Rock is back in the movie. I think they're gonna do a Hobbs and Shaw too. I think that's why he was in it.
So is John Cena?
Allegedly John Cena died. Allegedly he died. So he'll be back in 3 movies.
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy? We're at a point where Fast 10 is just like Rock and Cena 3. Like, what the hell?
The movie was so... and Jason Momoa was so gay. Oh, God. Remember in 300, Xerxes, the god?
Oh.
That was Jason Momoa.
Very flamboyant.
Extra gay.
Oh, wow.
With fucking on top. For those of you on audio platform, I just... On top. I don't know how to describe what I did.
Dude. All right, I'll avoid watching that.
No. You have to watch it.
I have to watch it?
It's a beautiful train wreck. It's one of those things you just can't look away from.
Fuck, it is one of those things.
Maybe don't go to the theaters. Maybe pirate it. Not that I'm encouraging that sort of thing, but it's an option.
Or wait till
it comes out on the cock.
On the cock, yeah.
because it is a Universal property. It's a beautiful train wreck. And you know all the stupid stunts they do? We're just like, this shit can... There's not even a stitch of truth to the stunts. Times 10.
Wow.
Times 10. They even got the little fucking kid in on the stunts. He jumped from one moving car to another moving car across a bridge. Because remember in 6 when Vin Diesel jumped from one bridge to the other in the car?
Yeah, I remember that one.
They've got the fucking kid doing it now. Same shit.
I feel like they just ran out of ideas.
Mm-hmm. The only person to not come back from the dead is Jesse. He's the only one, because he died in 1.
Yeah,
he got
right.
shot up by the triad. He's the only one that hasn't come back from the dead. Vince came back from the dead, and then they killed him again. Hans died twice.
True, he did.
Because first they retconned that he didn't die, then they killed him again, but somehow he's still alive. We killed Letty, or we thought she died, and then she comes back, and now we thought Giselle's dead, and now she's back. It's like fucking Dragon Ball Z.
They all got whisked back. They still can't get Paul Walker back. Fuck.
Anyway, let's get to fucking AEW. Again, this has been Outside the Ropes.
Outside the Ropes with Dorf and me and, you know.
Outside the Ropes.
Yeah.
AEW Collision is officially a thing. We rumored it. We saw the rumors a couple weeks ago. It is officially a thing. It will be Saturday nights, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Oh, God.
AEW Dark and Dark Elevation have been canceled because all AEW content is exclusive to Turner Networks. Well, Warner Discovery Networks.
Yeah, get ready for people not watching this show every day, every week. Rather watch Raw or SmackDown.
And a part of the original press release, which came from Warner Discovery at first, announced that CM Punk was going to be a part of it. And then, several hours after release, they took it down, and AEW re-released the press release with stars featuring Miro, Thunder Rosa, Andrade, I forgot who else was on the list, but notice the people who can't get along with everybody else in the locker room. They've now been put on the other show.
I noticed that. That shit is crazy. And it's mostly former WWE guys or just people they didn't like in general, like that had a feud in the background.
The press release specifically mentioned Miro, Thunder Rosa, and Andrade.
So this...
And then Andrade went on Twitter and said, I didn't even know I was on the show. Nobody from AEW called him.
What a mark.
He was at the movies watching Fast with Charlotte.
Wow.
They posted their trip to the movies on social media.
So this means that Mark made a whole entirely different show.
Uh-huh.
One, to make it look like another brand split. And 2, just so he doesn't get the headache from the people that doesn't like each other from the other show.
Yep. Oh, yeah, the press release was
Mark.
Miro, Andrade, Thunder Rosa, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, FTR, and House of Black. That's who was written on the press release.
You know what Tony Khan is right now? An unprofessional freaking daycare. An unprofessional daycare.
And as I've been saying for the last, basically since September when the brawl out happened, this is all because Tony Khan is a child and refuses to be the adult and tell everybody, you work for me, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You're not just going to do what you want to do. He doesn't put anybody in their place. And come to find out, as a part of negotiating with CM Punk, since April, Ace Steel has been reinstated.
Oh, wow.
And then when the Bucks and Omega got wind of it, they then started spreading more bullshit about CM Punk. And it went through their normal channels, which is Dave Meltzer and his partner, Brian Alvarez. And CM Punk went on social media and said, Look, everyone, Brian Alvarez doesn't like it when misinformed internet trolls make up rumors about him. So please stop making up rumors and stories for clicks while Brian makes rumors up for stories and clicks. Okay.
Okay.
That's a double backhanded compliment.
Yes, it is.
He's married, for God's sakes. By God, that man has a family.
By God.
Friendly reminder, I haven't been on TV in nearly 9 months, and y'all can't stop talking about me. Now, this is directed at Brian Alvarez. Maybe stop, you'll feel better. Love, hate, it's all the same. I don't enjoy being the sole person that props up the entire misinformed clickbait industry based on toxic gossip and from lying sources, but you can do what you want. When you're the king, it comes with the crown.
Hey.
So, anytime that there's Tony Khan seems to make, headway with getting Punk back in the fold, the Bucks and Omega run to fucking Brian Alvarez and Uncle Dave and make some shit up to try and poison Punk's reputation, and they just run with it. We know where the misinformation is coming from. More the Bucks than Omega, because Omega says he's willing to work with Punk if he comes back.
So it's not Omega then.
It's the Bucks.
It's just the Bucks.
It's the Bucks and their minions.
Mm-hmm. It's only the Bucks.
And it's always been the Bucks.
Always.
Because who put the battery on Adam Page's back to do that promo leading into All Out? Oh no, I'm sorry. That was what, Full Gear last year? Whatever the pay-per-view between Adam Page and CM Punk was. Who put the battery on his back to go out there and shoot a promo? He doesn't have the balls to do that.
Nope.
Somebody said, man, you need to man up. You can't let him bully you. Mm-hmm. Somebody put the battery on his back.
There's always got to be someone behind the ropes or behind pulling the strings.
Kelvin said next week, outside the ropes, best burger spots. That we can do that. We can do that.
Okay.
We can do that.
We can do that.
We can do that. I might even put up a poll on Instagram and see what the fans think.
We'll even come up with a lot of categories and stuff
Yeah.
Just so we have some topics to talk about outside the ropes.
Yeah.
There you go.
It can be done. It can be done.
I already like it.
OTR coming soon.
OTR. Yeah.
Back from the dead. Like everybody in the Fast series.
Yes. Back from the dead.
Back from the dead. OTR is back from the dead.
Back from the dead. Shit.
But this coming weekend, Double or Nothing 2023. Main event, the four pillars of AEW. Champion MJF taking on Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Jungle Bitch. Jungle Boy. Jungle Bitch, yes. Because he got worked over by Rush on Dynamite.
Yeah.
He treated him like a fucking doormat. He wiped his ass on him.
He's supposed to look good for this match.
Rush went out to a fucking farm. He walked in some cow shit.
Yeah.
He went to fucking a sewage plant, walked through some human shit, and then he walked into that wrestling ring. Fucking Jungle Boy opened his mouth and licked the bottom of Rush's boot. That is what happened.
Man, I just don't. I know Jungle Boy's not gonna win that. More likely,
MJF is retaining. Come on.
More likely, MJF is gonna retain. If not, just give it to Sammy Guevara. Just give it to Sammy.
No, I'd go Darby. That's where I'd go. I'd go.
You want to go Darby?
I'd go Darby.
Darby's another good pick too. I don't know. I'd rather big.
The only reason I wouldn't give it to Sammy is because the constant back and forth babyface heel. He doesn't establish himself on either side.
I think I don't know. Like championships change people, so I don't know if he's gonna change to back a heel. Which he should if he does win that title.
Yes, Kelvin. Rush beat Jungle Boy like a redheaded stepchild. Mm-hmm. On ass kicking night.
Jeez. And he was drunk that night. It was drunk after work. Came home.
It was fucking brutal.
The TV had a little crack.
I think what happened was, I think Rush didn't want to have the match. He was like, he doesn't feel like he was worth, being the fall guy for Jungle Boy. And Tony Khan was just like, no, the match has to happen. The match has to happen. And Rush, if the match is going to happen, guess what? I'm going to whoop his ass for real. Mm-hmm. And then I'll lay down for him.
He was like, I'm going to lay down, but he going to take his ass whooping before I lay down.
Other matches there's a 21-man casino battle royal for the 24/7, 48/7 I-95 Antarctica Indian Ocean International Championship.
Route 20.
Yeah, Route 20. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how, if we have the TNT Championship, right? That's the TV title, right? Why is it that Wardlow or Hobbs, whoever's champion right now, I forget because they're so unimportant in the scope of things.
Yeah.
They're on TV like once a month, but the International Championship, which is held by the mascot, Pockets, the person that Tony Khan dressed up for as Halloween multiple times, he's on TV every week for the last 4 months.
Shit.
Make that make sense.
I can't.
Make that make sense.
I can't. My brain hurts.
Other than the fact that Tony Khan's a mark.
Yeah, I mean.
What a mark.
That shit just doesn't make sense, bro.
Yeah.
So.
Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm, I believe, for the title.
I believe so. I think Tony Storm, is the number one contender.
Yeah. I'm not really that excited for this pay-per-view. They're not really grabbing me, and they're I think their TV ratings show it because they're in the tank.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you've got NBA playoffs going on, but you're not even holding your core audience anymore.
It's like the equivalent of Eric Bischoff saying, "Hey, Mick Foley's gonna win the WWE title."
Because basically since the beginning of Dynamite, your opening segment with or without CM Punk, your opening segment is 1.2, 1.4 million viewers, and then you trail off throughout the show. Mm-hmm. They're now opening the show at like 850,000 viewers, and then by the end of the show, they're in the 600s. So people aren't even sticking around for your main events.
Nope.
You're losing the casual wrestling fan, and then even your core audience is just, I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna get high. I'm gonna go bang my girlfriend. They're not even sticking around for the main event anymore.
They're not. They'd rather watch it the next day on the highlights and be like, nothing really happened.
Bad booking.
It is bad booking. And it's that Mark's fault.
Yeah.
It's all that Mark's fault.
What a mark.
New Japan Strong Resurgence was this past weekend. Willow Nightingale is the first New Japan Strong Women's champion. She defeated Mercedes Moné, and Mercedes Moné is injured, potential broken ankle. Yeah.
It's not like this wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah. Willow Nightingale, first New Japan Strong Women's champion.
Word. I mean, Mercedes Moné, I feel like she's making the jump to AEW, isn't she?
Everybody keeps saying that, but I don't see any signs of it actually happening.
If not, just Impact.
I think it's just constant rumors.
Yeah, I think so. If it does happen, it will change. It will change a little bit. We have Paige, we have Sasha, we have what? You have
basically all the rejects from WWE.
Yeah, Ruby, Tony. Shit, this is like NXT all over again.
Well, let me say this before we leave tonight. Everybody criticizes Vince McMahon for booking people badly, ruining their careers, putting bad gimmicks on them, not allowing the stars to shine. What has Tony Khan done for these people? Mm-hmm. The same ones that left WWE, looking for a fresh start in AEW, Tony Storm, Ruby Soho, Andrade, Miro, Adam Cole. Adam Cole was the fucking rock star when he left NXT.
Yep.
Goes to AEW and immediately loses to Orange Cassidy. Twice. Back-to-back matches. He gets injured. Well, he had the concussion issue. So he's out for, almost a year. Mm-hmm. You have a fresh start with him. What has he done since he's been back? Nothing.
Oh, let's put him with the elite again.
He's playing with Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
Bad booking. Period. Even look at other stars. The people from New Japan, Impact, yada yada yada. Jay White is just a regular guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Within the last 2 years, the biggest non-Japanese star in New Japan. Jay White is just a regular guy in AEW right now.
He's not even a big famous guy anymore. Like, they don't give him the pop that he usually gets.
You bring in a young guy like Ricky Starks who can do everything. What does he do? Nothing.
Nothing. Haven't heard from Ricky Starks in like quite a while, Like,
if you do not play nice with the elite, you get nothing.
Just like if you didn't play nice with Vince, you get nothing. So are the elites Vince and reincarnated?
For all intents and purposes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. They are everything that they claim to hate and more. They pigeonholed anybody that doesn't want to be their friend or suck their ass.
You know who needs to give a good tweet? To the Bucks.
Yes. We'll do this real quick before we leave. Our man, the Iron Sheik.
Hey.
With dignity, go fuck yourself. I don't know if everybody agrees with this, but he says, fuck the sticky icky.
That's when you're wrong, sir. I'm sorry.
I blame the Tristan Thompson. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood to go fuck yourself. Wake the fuck up and suplex somebody. Hashtag Monday Motivation.
I would love to do that every Monday. Wake the fuck up and suplex somebody.
Don't be bitter. Be better, you dumb son of a bitch. Fuck the critical mass. If you see a red door and you want to paint it black, you can go fuck yourself forever.
Damn, forever?
Forever.
Forever.
Forever, ever. 2 scoops of raisin and every box of Kellogg's Raisin Bran, or go fuck yourself.
I feel like he's advertising now.
Fuck the butter packets. All the way to the bank, go fuck yourself. And we're going to end on this one. Hulk Hogan is still worse than the entire NFC East. And this has been Sheik Tweets.
The Sheik Tweets, baby.
The Sheik don't miss.
He doesn't.
Well, he did miss today with the sticky icky.
Yeah, I mean, man's got his own opinion, bro. Like, I can't really knock him. That's his own opinion.
I have been Darth Messiah, and once again, Alex is on location, potentially finding the whereabouts of one Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yes.
Good night, J Kid.
Good night to all. Good night.
Peace.
Peace.